wait a moment.
Good morning. It is hump day. No, it's not hump day. Is it Thursday? No, it's not Thursday. It is Friday, baby. The weekend is just around the corner. How you doing? Another day. Another day of opportunity. And we're going to start it off together. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince, and welcome to the Mike Prince Show. Variety show that continually tries to make sense out of all the madness around us, but we primarily let sports be our vocal point, but we touch on any and everything. Today, we're going to talk about the Golden State Warriors and the haterade that's going around. The NFL has opened up a new can of worms, and we'll talk about the NCAA Super Regionals taking on today. Of course, we'll give you a track update of Prairie View A&M University and how Miss Bookman fared out. And we'll give a congratulations for the 2017 Commissioner's Cup Award for the most athletic program throughout the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Might as well join me. You can call in at 605-477-5066. You can listen to us right as we speak if you happen to be on the go. If you happen to be snug at your office desk, all you got to do is go to the website at obnradio.com or KTORradio.com and watch what we can do together. We'll get right into today's show as it is Friday and it is so much to do, so much to talk about. First of all, let me welcome you again and thank you for being a part of the Mike Prince Show. We are just a little radio network right in the heart of Prairie View, Texas, just trying to do our part while we can for what we can. We have had a very fantastic week, a bullet week, if you will. A lot of things going on, a lot of ground covered, and today is going to be no exception to the rule. It is the beginning of what could be the end for the Cleveland Cavaliers on tonight. The Golden State Warriors have a commanding 3-0 lead, and it doesn't look like these guys are going to be stoppable at all. And now it has a lot of people crying foul right now because of the fact that the Golden State Warriors are definitely by far a very talented team. And a lot of people are saying that the Golden State Warriors have cheated and that they stacked their team by adding Kevin Durant. And the GM, Draymond, is responding and defending the fact that, you know, you can say what you want to do and do what you want to say. Bottom line is we're playing by the rules. And you got to look at it and tip your hat and say, you know what, you're absolutely right. Because technically there is nothing illegal about what the Warriors have done. They have and complied with being under the salary cap, and that's all that really matters. And they were able to coerce Mr. Durant and say, look here, brother, you want to be recognized as a winner, you're having a great career, go ahead and do what you do. And he said, I'll do it. And guess what? They're getting it done. They're absolutely getting it done. Durant is having a monstrous series. Anybody that follows me knows and understands that I'm not a big NBA fan, but you got to recognize greatness when it's out there on the floor. And these guys are the real deal. They're the real deal. They last won 118-113 over Cleveland at Cleveland. And I guess for those that follow the taco guys, you got your free taco because the Cavaliers gave up the juice at home. And so Golden State was able to steal one. And they say this is the vengeance of the rubber match. But they're doing what they do. Kevin Durant, they say y'all can hate all you want to. We are a game away from being recognized as by far the greatest team in the NBA for the 2017 season. At least some are going to say the greatest team in the NBA, perhaps, period. But that remains to be seen. Of course, you heard us talk about how Mr. Julius Erving, the doctor himself, said that he would have no problem with his guys from the 83 Sixers knocking off these guys from the West Coast. And what do you think about that? I want to remind you, too, that you can also keep up with me by way of Twitter. I'm not a huge Twitter type guy, but I do tweet. I do Instagram. And to follow me on Twitter, it is Radio Guy. It's Radio Guy, RADIO, GUY. And, of course, you can also find us on Instagram at OBN Radio. But more importantly, I want you to keep that app that we call the phone number, that you can simply dial the number, lock it in on your phone, go to the website at obnradio.com, pull down the logo, attach it to the number, and boom, there's your app. You can get 24-hour programming, 7 days a week, 365 days of the year, right here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Golden State, a game away from being the world champions. We want to take us a break, and when we come back, we'll talk about the new shindig coming to the NFL. You listen to the Mike Prince Show, Friday Express edition. Keep it where you got it, and we'll be right back.
Hi, this is Penny Lucas White, head women's volleyball coach at the Alabama State University. I'm calling to inform you that volleyball kickoff date for all SWAC teams are August 25th. We also will have our first SWAC roundup that will be hosted by Texas Southern University in Houston, Texas on September 22nd through the 24th. Then it will be followed up with the second roundup of the SWAC in Montgomery, Alabama on October 20th through the 22nd on the campus of Alabama State University. Looking forward to seeing you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
The Open Mic Broadcast Network is a community-based radio station that was established in 2002. We have been dedicated to local, regional, and community programming with coverage for high school, collegiate sports, ministries, and information. Our goal is to provide quality, productive, and positive programming that reflects the community that we serve. Visit our website, KTORradio.com and OBNradio.com.
And welcome back to the Mike Prince Show. I am your host, Dr. Mike Prince. Join us each and every weekday, Monday through Friday, from 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Don't forget to lock in the number, 605-477-5066. We'll go right into our NFL coverage on today. The NFL had announced earlier this week that they will allow liquor commercials to come and be produced through their broadcast games throughout the season, starting the season. But there are some stipulations along with this addition. You can only allow 2 liquor commercials per game. I believe that's what it was, 2 per game, and they can only be 30 seconds long. So, Mr. Dos Equis, move over, because you're going to have Mr. Crown come by. I can see it right now, getting the Crown. I don't always get drunk, but when I do, I sip on Crown, something like that. What it's going to be interesting to see, once again, goes to show that the NFL is money-friendly. However they can make that money, they're going to allow it to happen. And let's face it, you got most guys, especially if you're a Cleveland Brown fan of late, by the time halftime is hit, you're probably drunk on your keister anyway, and I think it's a little bit more than beer that's going to be helping you get that done. So it'll be interesting to see how everything unfolds with the addition of liquor. Is that going to taint the image of the NFL? The NFL said, I don't think so. We got what we need to get, and we'll continue to make sure that it happens. So look for your favorite hard liquor beverage coming real soon to a television in your direction. Go and figure that out. What have we come to? And I don't really see the big deal in it. I don't really remember Vegas, adamantly, but you can have old-time commercials where people were lighting up cigarettes and doing all this, and I guess it's just a matter of time before the cigarettes start coming back. Who knows? Everything is in an uproar right now, but it is what it is. The NFL doing a whole bunch of changes. The rule changes have come about, 10-minute halftimes, not halftimes, but overtimes, and they're going to allow a little jiggle and the wiggle in the end zones. Now, it's going to be very interesting to see how creative that becomes with guys. They've been saying the NFL stood for the No Fun League. Well, they're allowing the fun to come back, and it'll be up to us, the viewers, to see if everything will be what it needs to be. And speaking of what needs to be, we have launched off our volleyball tour throughout the Southwestern Athletic Conference. The actual iPod or the podcast started on yesterday with a feature of Texas Southern's leading lady on the volleyball court, Miss Jocelyn Adams. You can actually go to obnradio.com, go to the talks show pages, and you will actually see the sports report player. You click on that player, and you'll get a chance to hear Miss Jocelyn Adams as she dives into the makeup of her team for the 2017 makeup. And we're going to be featuring each one of these coaches each week leading up to August, when everything goes live and live in color, not only just for football, but for volleyball. And we're going to have them featured throughout the entire fall season right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. So you got somebody that is into volleyball, that wants to keep up and keep track with what's going on throughout the Southwestern Athletic Conference on the volleyball court. Send them right here to the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Actually been calling it the dig. Those that understand and follow volleyball, on the defensive side, the dig is when you prevent one from getting to the ground off a hard kill attempt or a hard spike attempt. So just calling it the dig, just a little play on words right now. Going to see and looking forward to that launching off and taking off and doing a thing of its own. So be sure to check out Miss Jocelyn Adams. Go to the website, obnradio.com, and see what she has to say. We're going to take us another quick break. When we come back, we'll talk more about the Southwestern Athletic Conference as we have a winner of the Commissioner's Cup for 2017, and we'll give you the NCAA track and field update with Miss Bianca Bookman. You are listening to The Mike Prince Show on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. I'm the radio guy, Mike Prince. We'll take a quick break, and we shall return. I promise you, if you stay right there, we'll be right back. And welcome back to the Mike Prince Show. That was my fight song, Prairie View A&M University. I'm a proud graduate of Prairie View A&M University, class of 1993. And, of course, I've moved on, but I hold on. How does that sound? And speaking of holding on, for the fourth consecutive year, the Alabama State Hornets have been awarded the Commissioner's Cup for the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Now, what does that actually mean? Well, it means that according to championships the Southwestern Athletic Conference bows down to Alabama State as they were winners of 10 championships this past 2017 season, 16-17 season. And they are considered the top dog as far as athletics, the fourth consecutive year that they've gotten that. Prairie View actually won the Commissioner's Cup back in 2012. That was the last time Prairie View won it. And Texas Southern has a couple under their belts. But as of late, it is all about the black and gold of the Hornets holding things down. So that will begin a new journey in the fall. And a lot of people forget that in the fall you have 4 sports that are really kicking off. And they're catapulting early. Everybody, of course, aware about football season, but you also have your outdoor cross country, you have soccer, and you have volleyball. And so there are a lot of things that are going on in that fall that leads toward that ever so elusive Commissioner's Cup. There are 18 sports that are recognized by the Southwest Athletic Conference. I'm going to see if I can call through them and go through them right now. And I'll start with the ones that you least likely think about: golf, tennis, bowling, men and women's track, so that would be 2. Men and women's cross country, that will be another 2. You have men and women's basketball. You have softball, baseball, football, soccer, and I believe I got them all. If I missed them, someone please remind me, encourage me, shake my tree, if you will, and allow me to bring my memory back and get that done. But it is 18 sports that are recognized throughout the Southwestern Athletic Conference, and the Alabama State Hornets have shown championship dominance in 10 of those sports. So congratulations to the Hornets. PV, let's get it going and see what we can do. And speaking of PV, Miss Deonka Bookman had her day in the spotlight on yesterday in the NCAA 400-meter hurdles regionals, championship run, and she fell short. She ended up in the 6th spot, but what a tremendous season for Miss Bookman, as she did finish a couple ahead of a couple, I should say, but her season has come to a conclusion, and the Lady Panthers and the men Panthers track and field did a stellar job in performing and a stellar job in representing my beloved Prairie View A&M University. So it goes back to the drawing board to see how things will go and who they're going to go against, and going back to get things taken care of. Quentin Bell will now transition from from track and field to football, where he'll go and take care of a few things and get stuff lined up for his journey to get the pigskin underneath them right now. So hopefully all the stretching out and the running will have them to run those crisp patterns, and the Panthers will be able to get some things connected on the go. When we get back, we're going to go into this super regional baseball matchups for the NCAA, and I am excited about it. It is baseball championship season, and man, it's some good matchups. We'll talk a little bit more in detail about that when we return. You're listening to the Mike Prince Show live on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Remember, follow me on Twitter at Radio Guy. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back.
Yes, this is Willie Simmons, and I'm calling in to remind everyone that the Prairie View A&M University football team will be hosting 3 prospect camps beginning this Monday, June the 5th. Those dates will be June the 5th, Tuesday, June the 6th, and then the following Tuesday, June the 13th. On our beautiful campus, you can go to abcsportscamp.com. Again, that's abcsportscamp.com to register for those, or you can just show up and be a walk-in and pay as you show up. The cost is $40. It's a one-day camp. Registration will begin, I think, at 8 a.m. for the Monday camp, and then 9 a.m. for the Tuesday camp. Again, Prairie View A&M University football looking forward to hosting 3 prospect camps for all high school student athletes grades 9 through 12. Again, grades 9 through 12 and any junior college prospect on Prairie View A&M's campus. Thank you.
And welcome back to the Mike French Show. I'm your host, Dr. Mike French. You heard from Shotgun Willie Simmons to Prospect Camp. 2 days down, 1 more to go. It will be this coming Tuesday, June 13th. And, man, this time truly, truly gets away from you. And if you're not careful, you'll wake up and find out that you're 50 years old. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As I want to remind you that there is an opportunity for you to have your information shared with us throughout the week. In fact, any time of the day, any time of the night, 24/7, 365. Have a message line. That message line is simply where you can call in, leave your information, leave a story, leave some updates that help us with our content here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. That number is 713-570-6736, 713-570-6736. You can leave your information, and we'll get through. If you have even some announcements that need to be made, you can go ahead and leave those things. Don't forget we have a YouTube channel as well. That YouTube channel is Open Mic Broadcast Network, OPEN, capital MIC, all one word, Broadcast Network. Live remotes that we have coming up. We got the Freedom Fest that'll be in Waller, Texas at the Waller ISD Football Stadium. We'll be live July 3rd and 4th, so you can check us out as we'll have our community event going on with that. We also will be live in Birmingham, Alabama, July the 14th. Will be SWAC Media Day, so we'll be talking and getting things together with all 10 SWAC coaches and some key players from each team. As a matter of fact, the SWAC meetings have just concluded June 7th and met in Houston, Texas, of all places. And there's been a lot of speculation that perhaps the SWAC would relocate to Houston, Texas, but that is yet, to be seen. There are no early signs, at least they hadn't allowed me to see any signs and wonders of that being a possible reality. And, of course, our pregame football show or preseason football show will be held August 21st in Waller, Texas, and it will be at Waller County Line Barbecue from 6 to 8 p.m. on August the 21st. So you got your dates set, you have your calendars marked, and be sure to let folks know that we're on the move. And on the move is constantly what it's about here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. That volleyball tour is something that we're really excited about. And as we mentioned, you can listen to the first round of those interviews with Miss Jocelyn Adams, who will be our featured coach for this week. And speaking of features for this week, it is Super Regional Baseball time. And with Super Regional Baseball time, it is the Sweet 16 version of college baseball. And we gave you a little setup of the rundowns, and just in case you're just joining up with us, here are our Super Regional matchups that will be kicking off today, Friday, June 9th, 2017. Oregon State will be taking on Vanderbilt, and all these games will be 3-game series, the best 2 out of 3 series. Long Beach State will be taking on Cal State Fullerton, and you have Florida State taking on Sam Houston State. You'll have LSU taking on Mississippi State, Texas A&M taking on Davidson, and then Louisville, Kentucky, Texas Christian University, also known as TCU, will be taking on Missouri State. Florida against Wake Forest. So those are your final 16 teams that remain. And what I'm going to do is I am going to go through and make my picks. We did a poll on last night. We have a little area on Facebook where we do some polling, and we got some guys to give their comments on how they feel these regionals will work out. And before I get into all that, I want to give congratulations to Bethune-Cookman and to Texas Southern University for outstanding seasons for representing the MEAC and the Southwestern Athletic Conference. And it's just a matter of time. Bethune-Cookman broke through. They got a regional win against Florida. Florida was able to rebound and take care of some business. But it's going to be a time when those divisions or those conferences will be able to be a part of this super regional. And, man, I cannot wait to see that happen. It's always rooting for the underdog. If you pardon me, I'm really going to take a sip of this coffee. It's calling my name. Okay, I'm back on course right now. But we'll go through my picks for these super regional games. In the Oregon State versus Vanderbilt, I am going to go with Oregon State. Oregon State is the top seed throughout this whole deal, but I just really like what they do. But Vanderbilt has a strong baseball tradition, a strong baseball history, but I'm going to pick Oregon State in that matchup. Then the next one we'll have Long Beach State and Cal State Fullerton. Long Beach State got a young man by the name of Durant who is just flat out fast. There's no other way to put it. And of course, if I'm making notice of that, that means I'm going to go with Long Beach and the, what do they call the Dirtbags? One of the best names in college baseball. So I'll go with the Dirtbags on that one. Florida State versus Sam Houston State. I am going to go against the grain, and I'm going to go with the Southland Conference representation, Sam Houston State. Get a chance to see this program firsthand. They've played Prairie View A&M a few times, and they're literally about 75 miles, 80 miles maybe down the road. And we're going to see with Sam Houston if they can hold on. LSU and Mississippi State, we're going to go with LSU in that one. Texas A&M and Davidson. Davidson is the Cinderella story, and I cannot stop the Cinderella dream. So I'm going to pick Davidson in that one simply because it's the Cinderella story. Louisville and Kentucky, I'm going to go with Louisville. And in TCU, Missouri State, I am going with Missouri State. My daughter is a graduate of Missouri State. Missouri State has a very good, solid program. And the fact that my daughter is a graduate of Missouri State, I'm going to let my emotions get the best of me, and I'm going to pick Missouri State. Florida versus Wake Forest. I believe Wake Forest has what it takes to take care of business. So there you have it. I'm on the record for making my picks. You give me your picks. Send me a tweet at Radio Guy. We're on Instagram at OBN Radio. And don't forget to visit the websites, obnradio.com, KTORradio.com. And when all else fails, lock in that number, 605-477-5066. Guess what? I'm out of time yet again. It has been a fantastic week. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And until Monday morning, you be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.